with futsal, it's been exciting, but I think the one important thing for me was that I'm here to help the country. It's not about football, futsal, men's football, women's football. Like, I'm here to help try and develop the game in the country as much as possible. So when the call came, if I could support, like it did with Freddie, to support the men's 2 months ago, I said yes, of course, I'm going to support. So when this call came along, I was happy to support, and then it's just worked out that some of our Filipinas are playing futsal as well. So I can be there to support them, but also to support the country.
Coach, from your perspective, how different is it with the transition from football to futsal? Is there any difference? Or?
This is obviously the difference because it's indoors. The elements aren't there with the wind and the cold and the sun and all that type of stuff. So there is a difference, but a lot of our philosophy as a national team, there's a lot of the same methodology in futsal. 1v1 defending, 1v1 attacking, denying opponents the goal scoring chances. So it's all still relevant. I played futsal when I was young. I don't know enough about the game at national team level, but I definitely know that I can support the coach, who's very, very qualified and experienced. So I'm here to support him just in the background and give him the best advice that I can from being involved in international camps with our Filipinas, because I've been here for a year and a half now, or a year and a little bit, and I'm really starting to understand what our football is about in this country and now what futsal is about. So I'm here to help.
Coach, about how would this stint help Bella and Katrina for the football side? How will this help them?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is football. This is futsal, so this is obviously separate to that. It's an opportunity for them to be in a national tournament again. So that's going to be the benefit, but it's going to benefit every single player that's here, regardless if it's Bella or Katrina. Like, we have some players. Indai Tolentin has been in our camps recently. Shai Del Campo has been in our camps. Samantha Hughes, the goalkeeper, was part of our U17s in the Asian Cup. So all these players will benefit from this experience, and that's all. I'm here to support that.
Coach, how would this help our upcoming stint in the World Cup futsal? How do you see that? How do you see that this tournament help from our World Cup stint, upcoming World Cup?
Well, I'm only here to help for this tournament. I'm not here to help after this. As you all know, it's a very, very busy year for our Filipinas, our football team. So after this, I'm going to support as much as I can here for this competition. But it's so important to perform now, to get ready now for a World Cup on home soil. So this is going to be very beneficial, and as President said, we want to go there and win as many games as possible to prepare this team to be the best that they can for our World Cup.
But going to the football side, looks like it's going to be a busy year. So how do you see the coming year? What's the latest?
So we have obviously Asian Cup in June and July. We still don't have a date confirmation for AFF. We have SEA Games, which we're confirmed. We know where we're playing and when that is. So just alone, those two tournaments are very important. And as I said, when they confirm the AFF, that's going to be equally important. So we want to use all the FIFA windows to prepare the players. Some FIFA windows, we may just make them training camps with no games, but some we will play some opposition. So we want to just be as prepared as possible for the Asian Cup in Australia in 2026, because I want to win on home soil with our national team, with the Philippines. So I'm very, very interested in making sure that we're prepared for that, and it's going to be a busy year for us.
Coach, the Asian Cup qualifiers will be the first step to the World Cup. So how big is it?
For futsal or football?
Football, yeah.
Football, yeah, it's obviously very, very important. With the World Cup in Brazil in 27, we want to be very ready for this, and this year is the start of that. Like, we started last year, we had obviously some small interruptions with change of management, and now we're trying to get back on track to make sure that we're ready for this World Cup again. We want to go to another World Cup, and we want to first start with getting to the Asian Cup and performing then at the Asian Cup in Australia. And yeah, so far it's going okay, but it really starts now in the next couple of months for us.
Last year you got a lot of new players. Jane, of course, Mas is still working on her documents. They adjust has their transition period been over, or are they still adjusting to the system?
Yeah, we're obviously trying to build a new way to play and a new style to play. As we saw, our men's team with the impact of Coach Albert has really brought out a nice style and a nice way to play. We know our limitations as a team, but we also know that we are comfortable in trying to play. So we want to keep doing that, and it's going to take time to do that. But as you said, we have new players coming. We're going to have maybe an ID camp again in January, February. To look for some more players, because as I said, it's a very busy year and we need as many players as possible to be available. So we're looking forward to it, and I know the girls are looking forward to it.
Coach, how's Maz during the last training camp? How did you perform? What's your impressions about her, seeing her up close?
Yeah, Maz is excellent. She's a real professional. Obviously played the highest level for a long time, so she brought a real a different aspect to our group of a player who's played professionally at the highest level for a very long time, which we only have a handful of those girls in our team currently. So Maz brought a very, very big presence in regards to professionalism, and she's a fantastic person, and we can't wait for her to become a real Filipino when she gets her passport. So not a lot of people know that she lived here for a long time. She went to school here for a long time, but there's still some developments with her passport that we need to get through. And once she's going to put on that shirt and sing the national anthem, that's going to be a very proud moment for her and for us as a country.
Coach, about winning the AFF again and the SEA Games, what do you think is our chances based on the way our team is preparing? Do you see a repeat in the AFF?
So for me, we are focusing on winning the AFF. That's our big focus. We know that we want to win the SEA Games as well. They're two competitions we know that we can be very, very good in, like our men's did recently. So we are very focused on being successful in those two competitions. But as I said, we need to have a nice big pool of players to be able to play all these competitions and be successful. So we're looking forward to that too.
You don't see any problems, because I think maybe the SEA Games is not in the FIFA calendar. Is there, you see some problems moving forward?
No, but that's why it's important to have a big pool of players, because if some of our most talented players are playing in the clubs in Europe and overseas, we want to have backups, and we want to have good enough players being ready. So I know that we will do a good job if we do an ID camp, and we'll be able to secure a few more players. But again, as I said, it's about increasing the pool. All right?
All right.
Good, guys. Thank you.